I really, really enjoy serving on AHAC because it brought me to a place of purpose. I went listening to what my counselor had to say. You can find purpose. I'm like, yeah, sure. There is no purpose in what I am going through. But then getting in there, for me specifically, I ended up finding out that there really was a Donna Ware carved for this purpose to be going through what I was going through as a senior, growing into my senior years. I became homeless at 59, but remained homeless until 65 because I am an anomaly within the services that are there and available for the homeless in Austin. We exist. People like me exist. And we're out there. We're living in our cars. We are sleeping on people's floors. I did it all. And it wasn't really that much. And I found out through AHAC, I'm not the only one. There are literally hundreds of us, maybe even thousands. I plan on going to our ECHO board and ask them their last demographics, their last PIP that they did, how many people did they get that fit in my group? Because I really want to become a greater voice for people who we need help. How can you look past us? But I understood once I got in AHAC, you can look past us because if you don't know we exist, we're easily ignored, and so that's what I love about it, that, I can talk. And I think they're so happy that one of the things that came out of COVID is that if they have to write it down. So Donna Ware gives them like 12 pages on one question rather than dominate the whole meeting. And I love that. I love the voice, and then I love the camaraderie, because there are so many different people, as I said earlier, that make up our group, and we're all friends. We may not have the greatest personalities, but personally, we love one another in some kind of way, and we stick with one another.
I like it for any number of reasons, but one of the main reasons is it is like a group of people that are like intermittently associated with one another, and we see each other again and again. And the people that I know on the AHAC committee are people that I'll probably know for the rest of my life, because we've built relationships with one another. We've worked together on so many different problems. We've grown as people. We've learned about other people in addition to learning about ourselves. And it's fulfilling. It's more fulfilling than merely trying to live your life on the street by yourself and living in a community. And in some senses, a lot of community circumstances and municipal circumstances, they don't look at these problems realistically, and so it's providing what a lot of people who are stakeholders in the city of Austin or any other city, a lot of stakeholders in this city, in Austin and elsewhere, that they don't realize that what they have as so-called responsible human beings is exactly what homeless people on the street don't have. And they don't have that continuity of well-being. They don't have that continuity of mental health. They don't have continuity of access to resources. Like one of the problems with being homeless is not a lack of money, it's a lack of a continuity of income. Or one of the problems of being homeless is not a lack of medicine, it's a lack of continuity of health care. Like I just recently got on medication for my condition, and I don't have any hope for my condition unless I have the means to take this medicine that I'm on for the rest of my life. And so this is one of these things that needs to be taken into account. And this is part of the so-called enjoyment. What I've enjoyed about it is the opportunity for growth, the opportunity to recover from what happened, because a lot of the times people that live on the street they're living the isolation circumstance that led to them becoming homeless in the first place, or led them to use substances in the first place, that just like me, I'm dealing with an addiction that led to my eventual loss of a residence and loss of income and loss of a job, and eventually being unable to deal with life, even house life, without self-medicating. So the opportunity to grow and realize of getting to a safe place, which is what AHAC is, a safe place to be. It's a safe place to see other people. It's a safe place to share your opinion, and it's rewarding. So I don't know if enjoyment is the correct word. It's rewarding to do something productive and become a more productive member of society. And
I personally enjoy serving on AHAC as a member to find out what the city is doing and the homeless folk, and you can kind of come together. And also, when they have people come in and speak to us, we learn about services that are available.
One of the enjoyments I get is I see the change. We make change. For me, it was storage. We live in the city with over 1 million people, but we didn't have no storage for our homeless. I got tired of pushing my shopping cart around. So I went to City Hall with my bags and put them on the tables and said, hey, I need storage. That was about 3 years ago. Now they gave me 300 bins, and only got 90 left. But yeah, it's the change that you can see in someone, that you can see the transformation that someone needs.
The one thing AHAC did for me, when I got into back then it was the innovation team. I was told they may give you a call and you may or not be called in an interview. The one thing that did for me is it got me in the inside of a few things as just an observer. I'm not on payroll. I mean, I don't have a job description or any duties to perform. It's a voluntary basis. It's made clear from the beginning. I believe it's still that way. If I don't show up, there's no penalties or anything like that. I mean, you might be able to say that we really don't need your services anymore. Drop whatever y'all do. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, what I'm sitting there saying, the thing it did for me, it got me to the inside where I just sit there. 15 of us, I believe, was brought in at that time. Is that correct? In 2017, the fall or something. And the thing of it is, that's what I did. I would just sit there and just do the function, which y'all had y'all wanted us to do this. I did all this. And I kept coming back, and over about 4 months to 6 months, definitely, I'd realized I'm getting a bigger view of things, of how they do things on the inside.
I enjoy serving on AHAC because it gives me a chance to voice my opinions about what is going on in the community as far as the homeless are concerned. I also like the idea that my voice does count.
I personally enjoy serving on AHAC because we are a group. We are a close group. We are, in a sense, a family. I've got plenty of friendships through AHAC that I will have my whole life. I also enjoy being a voice that is being listened to by the city.
My favorite part is being able to speak out and speak what's on your mind. And sometimes you're going to get ridiculed, but that's a part of life. It's speaking out.
One of my favorite parts of AHAC is actually having council members or representatives of council members coming in for feedback. That, again, gives us a better understanding of who the council members are and that they do, in fact, care about the issues.
Favorite part of AHAC would be like everyone participating in different things. Some of it would be like the things that really don't matter, like the drawing pictures and stuff, and the meditation, just stuff like that. I miss the meetings that we're not getting because of COVID. But yeah, the interaction between everyone
My favorite part of AHAC is that I'm a member. I can give back, and I know I may have said this already, but I can give back, and it makes me feel good as a human being, because all you have to do is when you've given so much, and come from where I come from, meaning drug addiction, homelessness, not being able to call my family up and talk to them. When you get all these things back and cleared up, ain't no greater feeling in the world except to help the next person get up off the streets.
My favorite part about AHAC is that I am slowly but surely getting confidence in just where I want to go in my career path. Sometimes, just being exposed to people from different backgrounds, people of privilege who are willing to be transparent and, show that, they too suffer from being a part of systems that are unfair and historically oppressing, people of color and gay people. It's nice to see that there's still cool people out there in the world, and if communities understand their purchase power and how to operate as a conscious consumer in order to better serve the populations that they advocate for. It's those types of messages that make participating in AHAC fun, because it just feels like nobody's talking about these things.